In this session, we're going to set up an EclipseSetUp account. In order to do that, you need to go to codenvy.io, codenvy.io, and we're going to set up our own account. Now, we could attempt to log in with OAuth, which is Open Authorization, but I've tried this already and the Microsoft link keeps breaking. So we would probably be better off creating an account as so. So don't have an account, create one. Click on that link there. Welcome, create your own free account. So you need to give it your email. So in my case, put in your college email here. And a username. And click on create an account. So this could be a lengthy process now. CodeEnvy is going to take us to a process of, first of all, signing up and then setting up. So it said that it sent me an email with a confirmation link. We need to click that link to verify our account. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to log in to my college email. And it's done that. And I got to put in some information here. So put in my first name, last name, the company, we put in GMIT. For role, I think I'll get away with educator. Country, Ireland, and then click Get Started. Now this bit of the process can be very lengthy. Okay, well that was very, very quick. Create a workspace. Now you're going to have a whole host of options to pick from here, but the one highlight is one we want to choose. We want to pick the basic Docker, Java, JDK, Maven, Alpine, Git, all that stuff. EclipseSetUp, it's already highlighted for you. So if you double click on that one and just click on create, it's going to go through a process here that can be quite lengthy to create and set up the workspace. Now, sometimes this can go very, very quick depending on whether you're online in the mornings or the evenings, but a lot of the time it's hit and miss. So we'll just have to take our time and wait for this workspace setup to complete. And when we're finished with this process, in the middle here, we should have our integrated development environment set up for us, and we can write our first program in a browser. At this stage here, it's finished. It's completed the setup here, although it's not immediately obvious. It looks like the gantry crane is still working away there. But if you look over here on the left-hand side, you'll see we actually have a workspace, and it's this one here. It's got the green little dot beside it. So if you just click on this here, it should fire up the workspace now inside the browser window. Again, this can take a bit of time, and again, that's all pretty quick. Okay, so the workspace is running. We get the green light. So I'm going to put that away. So we're going to begin now and write our first program. So we create a program by creating first of all creating a project. Into the project, we're going to create a package, and into each package, we're going to create one or more classes. So we'll begin. On the top here, you'll see you have a load of menu options. Okay, we will start by selecting Create Project. It's under the Workspace menu, and it's going to ask us, look, what kind of project do you want? And as you can see, with EclipseSetUp, we're not limited to Java. We can program in a whole host of different programming languages, but we're going to keep it pretty simple. Select Java, and we're going to write hdip first Java program. This is our first program, and click on Create. And this should create a workspace for us. It'll take a bit of a moment to kick in. Creating the project, and we see it there. Here's our project, hdip first Java program. So I want you to just double click on the project, and you'll see, folks, we've got a source src directory and a bin directory. Source is where we place our source code, src. Bin is where the binary, the compiled machine instructions, or the bytecodes in this case, goes. Ignore the external libraries. Now, I want you to click on source, and then I want you to right click and go to new and Java package. And we're going to give this a name. I'm going to call it ie.gmit.dip. and we're going to use this for all our Java applications in this module. ie.gmit.dip. This is the package we're going to use. Okay, so each program is comprised of one or more packages. Each package is comprised of one or more classes. So I'm going to click OK, and we'll see that it's actually created this package. Now, it's going to have a program here called main. So what I want you to do with main is select it and delete it. Now, click on, make sure you select ie.gmit.dip, our package. I want you to right click, go to new, and now select Java class. And we're going to call the class Hello World, which is the convention we use when we write our first program. We write our Hello World program. So click OK. And here we go. And this is our first bit of Java. Package ie.gmit.dip. Package my class into the ie.gmit.dip package. Public class Hello World. Public class and package are color coded. They're keywords in the language. For the moment, we'll just concentrate on getting this thing running. Hello World is the name of our class. And notice, folks, it's in a file called helloworld.java. The name of the class must match the name of the file that it's in. You see you've got it open and close curly brackets. The curly brackets we see denote scope. So between those curly brackets, notice how the IDE, the Integrated Development Environment, tabbed us in. I want you to type MAIN, main, and then hold on the control key and press space. And it's going to give us some options. What do you want to do? Do I want a main method? The answer is yes. Select the first one by just clicking the enter. Then type in SYSOUT. It's another shortcut. Hold down the control key, press space again. And that gives us system.out.println. This is how we write out to a console. This down here. Now in between these round brackets, put in double quotes and type in hello world exclamation mark, and then go to Control S, save. Okay, we've written our first program, believe it or not. Now in order to run it, and for this module we're going to do it as so. We're going to run it from a command line. It's important that you understand how classes are not just written, but how they can be executed. And we're going to start for this semester by just compiling and running everything off a command line to get everybody used to it. So if you select down here into the terminal window, we can learn our first little Unix command or Linux command, ls. Give me a listing of everything that's in this directory. We go ls and we see hdip first Java program. In other words, we're in our workspace here and I'm looking at my project here called hdip first Java program. That's the name of it. So I'm going to go cd, change directory, into hdi, and now I'm going to be lazy. hdip, I'm going to, well, I better change that D to a capital. I'm going to hit the tab key and it'll immediately fill in the rest. So cd into my project folder. I'm going to do another ls to see what's there. You see we got a bin and an src directory. I'm going to go cd now into src into the source directory. I'm going to go on ls, and we'll see now, folks, I have an IE directory. I have basically a directory corresponding to my package. I have a directory called IE that contains a directory called GMIT that itself contains a directory called dip that contains our class hello world.java. So we're going to compile it, convert this source code here into compile code as follows. We're going to go Java C, Java C, Java C for compile. Okay, -D, that's a switch. Hyphen or -D means basically output it into the following directory. What directory? Well, go // move up one directory and go into the bin directory. And compile what? Compile ie/gmit/dip, all of that stuff. Star means everything.java. So in other words, what we're saying is, Mr. Java compiler, go into this directory here, get everything that ends in .java, compile it, and put it here into the bin directory, which is ... means move up a directory, It's in the directory that contains us. So if I hit enter, we'll see that worked fine. And if I go into the bin directory now, we should see our compiled Java. So let's try that. We go cd dot dot slash bin, do an ls, and we'll see we have an IE here. So I know it's there. So we're going to execute it now. So I'm going to, this time, instead of Java C to compile, I'm going to go Java, launch our Java virtual machine, and put into the Java virtual machine what? Our first class, ie.gmit.dip.hello world. And this is case sensitive. Hit enter, and we see we get a result back. Give yourself a pat on the back. You just wrote your first program. Okay, now what was actually generated in those bytecodes? Well, let's have a look. I'm going to hit the up arrow, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to go Java, instead of Java, I'm going to go Java P, disassemble it and show me. And this is basically going to give me back some, summary of my class. So I'm going to put in a little flag here. Now you don't normally do this, but I just want to show you what it looks like. This is what the bytecodes look like, javap -c. Okay, mnemonic numbers are basically put in. This is what the bytecode looks like, and this is what the virtual machine converts to machine instructions. We can actually have a look and see what the bytecodes themselves look like at a binary level. So I'm just going to, you don't need to do this, but unless you want to, of course, but I'm going to move into the dip directory and have a look at the file in there. We see hello world.class. The .java file was compiled into a .class file. And I'm going to maximize this a wee bit here, if I can. Okay, not so easy. I'm going to go VI, open a VI editor, and look at hello world.class. And you see, folks, that's what it is. It's a mixture of basically gobbledygook and some English. That's what bytecode instructions are. So congratulations, folks. You just wrote your first Java program.